It doesn't take being a governor, mayor, state legislator, state Supreme Court Chief Justice or holding other elected office to campaign for the state's highest office. While the top tier of candidates running for governor in 2018 may have those types of experiences in government, Doug New Blue Smith has the one necessary requirement: $2,418.72 and some moxie. Smith, a 78-year-old businessman from Montgomery running as a Democrat, has worked on the transition of 6 consecutive governors, starting with Governor Lilleen Wallace. He is the architect of several state economic agencies and departments, including the Alabama Development Office, the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs and the Appalachian Regional Local Development Districts, which worked in conjunction with the state's Intergovernmental Affairs Office in Washington. He told AL.com he decided to run because those agencies and departments, what he called the state's economic engines, were or are being dismantled by govs. Bob Riley all the way through current gov. Hey Ivy. He said he sent letters to 2 of the more prominent Democratic gubernatorial candidates, ex-Supreme Court Chief Justice Sue Bell Cobb and Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox, but didn't receive responses, which made his desire to run stronger. Smith said those departments meant Alabama benefited from federal funds, which accounted for 49% of the state's budget in 2002. By the time Bentley and Ivy have completed taking this machinery apart in 2014, the state's budget had dwindled to 37% federal funds, Smith said. And that's why we've had nearly $1 billion shortfall in state funds. It's been a shortage of federal funds. We don't need to raise taxes, Smith said during the Democratic primary debate last month presented by ReckonByAl.com. We need to recapture those funds, won the campaign trail. Smith wears his trademark Make Alabama Great Again hat, and clutches a poster board with a chart of Alabama's share of federal funds over time. While the hat may perk up the ears of Republicans in the state, Smith said his campaign would appeal to GOP voters in the general election by pointing out that the policies of Republican governors have been harmful to the state. The Republicans came in 2002 with a policy of austerity, saying if they had smaller GOVT that they would bring prosperity, Smith said at the Democratic debate. What they brought is a crisis across state government. We have state troopers cut from a 1,000-man unit down to 250. State parks closed, National Guard cut from 22,000 to less than 12,000, as for a way to increase revenue, a state lottery. Smith would not say whether he is personally in favor of a lottery but said voters should get the opportunity to decide whether they want one by voting on an amendment to Alabama's Constitution. I personally am not a gambler, but people are going to gamble if they so choose, Smith said. And that money is marching out of state, or is bet on football games, so I think that people in this state should have a right to say should that money or part of it be diverted into the state coffer. Smith speaks with a slow and shaky voice, a condition he acquired after a sleep clinic put him on a trial pill that backfired 15 years ago. The condition has led him to become a proponent of medical marijuana. Cannabis without THC cures my voice, so I'm in favor of medical marijuana, Smith said, pointing out that he has no problems speaking when he visits states where medical cannabis is legal. A Smith administration would work on compromising with Republicans, he said, and collaborating with his Alabama GOP counterparts in Washington to bring federal money home. Why I'm running as a New Blue Democrat is that the New Blue Democrats are for dignity and civility in working across the aisle, Smith said. We have a tremendous resource in Republican Alabama Sen. Richard Shelby, who took the reins of the Appropriations Committee in the Senate, and Rep. Martha Roby and Congressman Robert Aderholt, who are on the Appropriations Committee in the House.